So what is going on, people, and welcome to episode 12 of the Peterborough United career mode here on FIFA 23. I hope you are well, and well, today we continue things we last left off in the middle of the January transfer window. We have made one piece of business so far this January window, and that is to sign that man on the right hand side, Osman Bukhari. If I just show you him, he is a right winger, Ghanaian, 24-year-old, 70 overall, so good addition to our forward line. I don't, can I show you? No, there you go, there's some of his stats. Basically, he's an absolute beast. He's very quick. He's only about 5'7", but he gets the ball and he runs, and that's fairly good for me. He'll rotate fairly, I would imagine, a fair bit with Ajiboye. He's grown really well, really nicely. Actually, Ajiboye is slightly quicker down that right hand side. But yeah, we will actually, they've both got position changes. Oh, Bukhari's now 72, lovely stuff, and Mason Clark's 65 rated now. Interesting. But there you go. So look, oh, okay, and you've changed as well, and you're still 69 rated. Any more for any more? Some people have hit their peak as well in terms of growth, but dynamic potential could take over. But yeah, some more growth throughout the squad, which is good. But today, if we have a look firstly at the League One table, so we are in 4th position, as you can see, with 6 points off of Barnsley. We've got, what, 18 games left of the season now, I think. Started to finally pick up a couple of draws, actually. But yeah, 6 points off of Barnsley, 3 points off Sheffield Wednesday. Top of the table, Ipswich. We actually play today. That is going to be a meaty game. But to start with, we kick things off with a trip to local rivals, Lincoln. I've said this before, I think Peterborough and Lincoln is a rivalry in terms of local rivalry, and then we play Ipswich in the second game before finishing up the episode in terms of games played against Forest Green. But of course, we will see out the January window. I've had no bids for any of my players whatsoever, so it's going to be interesting to see if we do any business. I'm quite surprised a bid hasn't come in for Joe Garner as of yet, but we'll wait and see. One change to the lineup that I've made recently is I've put Fuchs in ahead of Taylor. Just feel like Taylor wasn't giving me a lot, and when Fuchs was playing, he's playing rather well, so I've just made that swap in the middle for the games going forward. Poku looking fairly lively on his return to the side, but again, we could rotate, you know, even include Ajiboye on that left hand side. We can rotate those wingers quite nicely. Clark Harris is banging in goals, and yeah, Joe Garner saved us last time out. If we have a look at what happened in the last episode, so we started, I believe, with a 4-0, no, we ended, that was a previous episode, so we started last episode with a 7-0 win over Cambridge. I remember that quite nicely. We then drew against what seemingly is our FIFA kryptonite this year, Morecambe, 2-2, and then we simmed the game against Burton in the Johnson's Paint Trophy. I think we're in the quarterfinals now, and then at the end of last episode we came back from 2-0 down, I believe, to draw 2-2 with Charlton. So some big games today, and maybe some business to be doing as well. Certainly we can't bring anything else in now. I thought so, even more so at the start of the window, but after signing Bukhari, we definitely can't bring anything now unless we sell. So wait to be seen on that front. For now, though, let's start the game against Lincoln. So to start this episode, this is the Lincoln side that we come up against. Carl Rushworth in goal, and I recognise him straight away. He's my current keeper in my Reading save on FM about 4 years into the future in the Premier League as well. Interesting. Gone for a back five, Lincoln. TJ Ayoma at right wing back. Montsma, Jackson and Paul at the back with Robson at left wing back. Sorensen and Brooks in the midfield. Mandroy out on the right. Jordan Garrick through the middle with Charles Vernham on the left. Garrick was a constant pain in the backside in this first game. I remember that yeah, Lincoln were the first team that we played. I think they're the first team to beat us this season, and they absolutely dominated us. They scored, they created chances constantly, they scored, and once they scored, they held on to the ball, and we could not get it off them for love nor money. So I'm not expecting an easy game today, despite the fact that they aren't really up there, I don't think, in terms of the league positions. Oh, that was a little interesting, but we managed to get it away. Garner can hold up for now. I'd love for Bakari to be making a run. As it is, we'll get the switch over to Poku, which is nice. Saville there. Clark Harris. It could be in. Johnson Clark Harris, and he finishes. The League One top goal scorer does it again. It takes him just 6 minutes, or just over 6 minutes, to find the deadlock. A lovely piece of play. Saville involved in the midfield, but a lovely finish from Clark Harris. And to think that this man started the season on the bench, and he's now got 24 goals in the league, and it's only January. He's absolutely killing it. And the gaps are there against Lincoln. Sometimes we play 5 at the back, and it's just so hard to break it down. But some really quick interplay in the midfield allowed us... good tackle by Fuchs. Allowed us to break that opportunity. Garner. Poku needs to make the run, and he's doing it. He's down the left-hand side. We'll try and whip this. Interesting. Bakari there. Oh, he has a strike. But it's blocked. And that's Source. I was about to say Plymouth then. Lincoln with the potential to laser counter. Trying to get in behind. We'll play this one across. And it's well dealt with in the end. Lovely switch of play. Out towards Thompson. Bakari inside now. Clark Harris has made that run. Bakari's found him. Oh, can we get there? Garner. Oh, it's a good save. I thought, you know, when we were running there, Garner had a bit of space for himself initially. So that's why I played the pass. And then all of a sudden he was sort of in and around players. But he managed to pick the ball up. And managed to get a strike away. Oh, Bakari taken down there as he goes past his man. Just a word from the referee, nothing more. A little bit slow, I've noticed. Oh, it's a good turn. Cut back. Saville. Oh, he's gone for the block. Garner's there. And it's in. And the hesitant defending has cost Lincoln. 10 minutes to go to half time, and Joe Garner doubles our lead. The leap was superb. I was going to say in the build up to that, I noticed we're a little bit hesitant in terms of making runs. We get the ball, we're sort of a little bit slow to get forward. Cut back Saville, good block. But this hesitant defending keeper only decides to come from it, caught in no man's land. And it's 2-0. And our last derby day was absolutely rampant. And I'm thinking the Lincoln faithful won't want the same thing to happen to them. Oh, well done for Burries. He's going to keep that in as well. In the channel to Clark Harris. No one really with him. Going to have to cut back this one. Hold on to it if he can. Burries is there. And there's Poku. Oh. Finds Fuchs. He'll have a strike from distance. And the less said about that one, the better. Garrick in the area. Back to Brooks. Trying to find his way in, but Edwards is there. We've defended superbly today. Garner finds a run of Johnson Clark Harris. Has he got enough in the tank? He has. Clark Harris, and he's found the back of the net, and that is well and truly the game wrapped up. It's 3-0. He runs over to celebrate with the travelling fans, but that wraps up the game. It was all about whether he had the pace to get away from that defender, and after he managed to breeze past him, Regan Port, there was only one outcome. His second of the game, his 25th of the season. I'm surprised that there aren't teams bidding for him already so far in this transfer window. Touch wood. He did 25 goals in 24 games as well. But yeah, we touch wood that it doesn't happen and we can keep him for the whole season. But a 3-0 win to start the episode is certainly not something to be scoffed at. I will certainly take that. Barnsley ended up winning, as did Sheffield Wednesday, as did Ipswich. God, those teams really haven't done us any favours playing them. So is things still the same in League One? Is this a bid? No, it's not. It's a player chat. Jay Ward, proud of you. Keep going. But yeah, the massive game coming up next against Ipswich. If we can win that, we really mean business now this season. Well, it's a snowy Portman Road for this game in the towards the end of January. But this is how league leaders League leaders Ipswich? I think so. Line up Christian Walton in goal. 5 at the back for them. Burns on the right. Edmondson, Donation, Keogh and Leif Davis completing the back five. Evans and Kamara in the middle. Chaplin on the right. Tyrese John-Jules through the middle. Marcus Harness out on the left. A good side from Ipswich. No wonder that they are atop of the league. This is how we line up. One change. Poku struggling for fitness. So we've brought in Anjaboy on that right hand side and pushed Bakari over to the left. Otherwise, it's as you were. Very rare opportunity for us to actually play in our away kit. You can see the... Well, I'm impressed that the pitch has passed pitch inspection, considering all the puddles that are coming up, but I'm certainly not going to complain. Gives us a chance to carry on our momentum after a good win to start the episode. The puddles and the snow and stuff is a bit off-putting in a way. I'm not going to say it's a problem. As Clark Harris makes his way through, he's beating the defender. Oh, and he's hit the bar. I can't believe that. Savile hassling but can't quite win the ball. Kamara. Fuchs is on him. And Fuchs does really well. And again Fuchs in there with a solid tackle. And Clark Harris is away again. Johnson Clark Harris. The referee, the defender I should say, trying to pull him back. He's done it again. I'm trying to finesse that into the corner. I'm not even meaning to put that much power on it. But again, he's hit the top of the crossbar. Two glorious opportunities. We should be 2-0 to the good. Clark Harris. Oh, Bakari's in. It's a good piece of play. Bakari across the keeper, and he's got his first goal for the club. And while I said earlier that I wanted to see something from Osman Bakari, and the Ghanaian has duly delivered. This time Clark Harris provider is shooting boots not quite where they need to be in this game, so instead turns provider, and Bakari with that puts his laces through it across the keeper. Walton won't be happy with that one. It seemed at a comfortable height, but he's been beaten. And well, they switch to the left hand side, so far proving fruitful for Osman Bakari, and we lead at the league leaders. Leif Davis though, forward, Harness. Oh, there's some space here. And thankfully, Riznik is out to snuff the chance for Connor Chaplin. Down quickly and at his feet, made himself big. Oh, it's a good ball, and somehow we've managed to get a body in there. And we could be on for a break here. Oh, pass intercepted and didn't quite fall for us. Ipswich mean business since the second half started. Chaplin tries to bend one, and it's over the bar. Morsey forward. Oh, it's Ladapo into the area. It's Chaplin back to Ladapo. Oh, he's got the touch across. It's a save, and thankfully Riznik picks it up at the second attempt. Oh no, it's fallen back to them. Oh no, he's in. Oh, the offside flag has saved us. Oh, and he's only just off as well. Not even heard of this bloke come on as a late substitute. But thankfully he is offside, and a bit of time wasting please. Boys, just play it around. Yes! Get in. Massive win away at the league leaders. Oh, that was tense towards the end. Somehow we've managed to hold on and not concede. Big win. Massive win. They've dominated that game. Snatch and grab comes to mind when you see those stats. Sheffield Wednesday win. Wickham and Derby turn it around. Oh, right. I think we've got a week's break now to Forest Green for the last game of the season. Still no bids for any of our players. We're still fourth. Barnsley didn't play, but we are 3 points adrift of them and Sheffield Wednesday now, and only 5 points adrift of Ipswich, so it's coming closer. Derby 3 points behind us, and then Charlton 7 points. It's all quite tight for the final playoff spaces. Where Forest Green are struggling. Okay, Port Vale have started to pick up points, but it still looks pretty ominous for them. Right, on we go. Final game of the episode, unless there's transfers. Right, okay, well, I said there'd been no bids finally, towards the end of the window, we've had two. One for Clark Harris from Preston, and one for Levante for Yando Fuchs. Right. So Clark Harris is worth 2.1. The director reckons we could only get 2.35 for him. So I'm going to say no. Considering this man's got 25-ish goals, I'm not selling him for £2 million. That's stupid. Yando Fuchs, again, market value should be, but his value is 1.9, but they reckon it could be as high as 2.2. So again, I wouldn't sell him for that cheap. So no, like, he's just come into the side. I'm wanting at least almost 3 million for him, something like that. Similar sort of price to Clark Harris. What is it this year with bids from teams? Like, we've had so many bids in that have just been terrible. No, like, proper agreeable offers, but there we go. So we finally had bids, but as it stands, they stay. Final game of the episode then, and this is how Forest Green line up. A back six for them. McGee in goal, O'Keefe on the right, Casey, Bernard, Moore Taylor, Moore Taylor and McAllister, with David Davis sat just in front, Stevenson and Hendry in midfield, Jamil Matt and Matthew Stevens up top. We have reverted to type, so Poku is back in the side. Garner's now up to 79 rated, which is just ridiculous. Bakari back over to the right. It's as you would expect. And I am expecting all 3 points again from this episode. Fuchs. Saville's got space in the middle. I'm going to have a strike from Saville, you know. Oh, early sighter from George Saville. Comfortable, you'd have to say, for McGee. Nothing really opening up for anyone, though. So, again, we're playing against a 6 at the back formation. You kind of expect that almost. Bit of head tennis at the moment. Oh, they've given that one away. And there we go, Saville again. He's going to strike it again. Oh, on this side, McGee can't hold on to it, but he does tip it round the post. Saville, corner in, aiming for Garner. Gets his head on it. Bakari, Knight has a strike. It's taken a deflection. It's going to be another corner. This time Garner with the corner, aiming for Clark Harris, who gets his head on it. But too high. Into Fuchs. Space out on this left now. It's Burrows who's forward. And he gets past his man. Burrows with a bit of space. Can he get this ball in? He can, but it's not ideal. It's fallen to Fuchs though. He's going to hit it. Oh, didn't get the cleanest connection on it. And in the end, it's easy for McGee. Garner with the ball in. Clark Harris is there. Oh my word. Knight. He's going to have a strike, you know. Oh, and the keeper has clawed that out at the last second. Garner with another ball in. Clark Harris again aiming for Edwards. Bakari is there. Bakari is the man. Oh, that's, I mean, well, if that's not FIFA, that's handball. Poku does well. Oh, did well with the initial touch, but couldn't then get to the ball afterwards. Wickham for Forest Green. Not now. Not now. Not now. Thank God for Riznik. Oh, good save. We still have a corner to defend though. Magooch is on. Edwards is there. Garner is up. And that is got nothing on it. And that is going to be game. A very poor end to this episode in terms of played games. A poor 0-0. Really, neither team. I love to see like the pass completion stats. There you go, pass completed. Not even either team in double figures. Very poor from both sides. Ipswich win, not ideal. They pull further away from us. I think gap's back up to 7 points. We're still fourth. 3 points off of Barnsley, who have a game in hand. 5 points adrift of Sheffield Wednesday. We had to do it with the via the playoffs. I think both times with Barnsley. We might well have to do it with Peterborough as well. Offer for Ollie Norburn from Las Palmas, and again it's a bid considering, you know, oh, he's back up. No, I don't want to sell him. Again, I'm just not feeling it. I want it to be probably over 1 million for Ollie Norburn. I'm not going to take slightly above value. Like, you got to make me a good offer. Thanks for putting back in. Don't worry about Kwame. Still getting back from injury. Keep working on your game, Ollie. Right, okay, well, we move to deadline day. I can't expect much happening, to be honest. Right, so it is deadline day. If we have a look at the deals then, so far this January, Immobile from Lazio to United for 53 million, Jonathan Tah to Atleti from Bayer Leverkusen for 34 million, and Rakitic from Sevilla to AC for just over 12 million. And yeah, they're the top deals apparently so far in this January window. You can skip deadline day. That's interesting. Right, let's just advance. And wow, Gavi gone to Dortmund for 40 million now, and an offer for Burrows from Granada. See, there's a bit more manoeuvrability in there in that price, but he's a youngster with lots of potential, whose value is 2.3 million, and I'd probably want about 3.5 million for him. So, no, sorry. I don't know whether that's a thing this year where they're just so much tighter with transfers, the AI, but there you go. Julian Brandt to Barcelona, Zoboszlai to Everton, 42 million. Another offer, this time again for Burrows from Ankang, the Turkish team. His market value has gone down. We'll say no, thank you very much. Is it going to be one of those saves where I just don't sell anybody? Araujo, wow. Barca to Juve, 73 million. Unfortunately, no more business for us unless there's late business out. Pau Torres to City, 47.5 million. Luca Bacchio to Palace, 7.7. That's quite cheap, you know. Poku, I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, Jesus. I mean, it's a good amount of money at this level. It's a bit late, though. Crikey. Okay. Neves to Liverpool, 45 million. An offer for Tomlinson, who are actually trying to sell. So, we'll accept that one. Although that might not even have enough time. To be fair, the Poku deal might not... Oh, yeah, it'll probably have time. I would imagine. Oh, no. Oh, hang on. What's going on here? There's someone coming in for it. That's Bakari, is it not? No! He's got... I thought that's what it meant. I think the cutscenes must be bugged. But no, Poku's gone. What do you mean it's a bad negotiation? I could have made 3.7 more profit. I didn't know he had a release clause. Bold. Right, well... I mean, we've got money now. But we can't really spend it. Oh, no, can we? Finance, we got 3 million. I have people on my list, I think. I do. Do I have any wingers? That's the question. None of you can play on the wing. You've gone. Al-Assad can play on the wing. Ronaldo his overall's gone down actually. Would you be in? No, it's fine. Didn't think so. Right. Al-Assad might be a thing. Ismail Mohammed. Potentially, maybe. Right, after reviewing the options, I think I'm just going to try and get Ali Assad in, to be honest. 69 is rated, so the same rating as Poku. 4-star skill move, 5-star weak foot, is left pegged. He's got some decent attributes. He's not that quick. Agile, though, which I like. In the middle of the park, with quite nice. Good composure, good balance, and his ball control is quite nice. So, he's definitely more suited to playing as a cam role. But I think the likeness is now we'll probably play Ajaboy and Bakari on the wings. That seems to work quite well as well, actually. So even if we have someone like Assad in there, he's a bit of a utility player. He's not gonna, well, he'll play a bit, but not that much. But I feel like it's probably the best option that we have. Really, there's I looked at Marcondes from Bournemouth, who's on the transfer list, and he's on like 20 grand a week. So we're not gonna be able to get him from the Premier League, like especially on those wages. Problem is as well with another like Premier League with a transfer listed or loan player, I haven't got any time to scout them, so I have no idea how good they're going to be at this point. Whereas at least with Ali Assad, we know how good he is right now. And yeah, so I'm thinking I'm just going to get this guy in, to be perfectly honest. A Qatari in at Peterborough. Let's go in and offer him. Hopefully now we'll actually... There we go. So so our budget's 2.8 and our weekly budget is 55, but I don't know how that's worked out. Recommended wage is 9.8. We might not get him after all, actually. I'm going to say he is probably a rotation player. He might want important. Okay, no, he's happy with rotation. We'll give him a couple of years. And he's fine with that. Except... And he only wants 5 grand a week. Absolute banging. Love that. Okay. Considering his recommended wage was supposedly almost 10 grand a week, the fact we've brought him in on just over 5 grand. This is definitely bugged. Because it recognises that a signing's been made, but it's not picking the right people. This is Bakari again, having his medical. But Ali Assad is in. It's another body going forward, so I'm not too fussed about that. We got an A rating for it. He's not too bad. He'll be alright. 70 overall apparently. But yeah, so it's a body in that we didn't expect, but then I didn't expect to lose Poku. To be fair, of all the players, I'm actually kind of not as bothered that we lost Poku in a way. But I'll sort that out in a second. We've got an hour left of deadline day. Is Tomlinson gonna make his move? It also means we can go and set up some more scouting stuff now, which is ideal in terms of youth scouts as well. Well, apparently not. So if we have a look, I don't know whether that's not what I wanted. Tomlinson's thing has gone through or not, but let's have a look at some big deals then overall that happened in January. Oh, that was one guy we scouted as well, Cesar Montes, who's a free agent, but he's like almost 80 rated, and when I approached him, he had no interest in speaking to us. Okay, so wow, biggest deal of the window. I don't know why I didn't show this on the ticker. Rodri from City to PSG, 117 million. Bloody hell. Obviously, we saw Kane go in the summer. Araujo, we saw. Just looking at the dates on these. Some of these actually, I'm just looking, were agreed after the window closed. Like this Acuna one, yeah, Sevilla to City. Almost 54 million. Immobile we saw. Okay, so they were the biggest deals deadline day. That makes sense. Kamada to Liverpool for 50 million. Torres to City we saw. Who else is there? Inacio to Madrid, 47 million. Neves we saw. Grimaldo to Barca, 42. Szoboszlai to Everton we saw. Any more? Frimpong to Juve, 40 million. Gavi, I saw that, 40 million is baffling. Brandt, they essentially did a swap. Like, give us Gavi and you can have Brandt. Like, yeah, cool. Okay, we saw that one as well. Terrier to Milan, 38.5. Lenormand, they got their Tar replacement for 38 million. Maximan to Leverkusen, they splashed a bit, 37.5 million. Gaia to United, 36. Gabriel to Betis. Interesting deal, that one. Tar we saw. Any others? Ramiro to Spurs, 33.5. Uri to Roma. Madueke, that one was agreed after the window shut. Yeah, so that's as far down as it goes. But for us, that top deal is the big deal of our season. 3.7. I had no idea he had a release clause in his contract. But actually, he's probably the one player that I don't... it broke down. Yeah, League One closed. Yeah, he's probably the one player, actually, didn't mind missing, or didn't mind selling, to be perfectly honest. That is January finished. And well, our team is now going to have a little bit of a new look to it. Reasoning's up to 71, things you love to see. But let's have a look at things standing. So we are 4th as we finish this episode. 4 points clear. We're still maintaining a gap to the teams below us. It's the gap atop. We're 7 points adrift now of Ipswich. 3 behind Barnsley, who have a game in hand. 5 behind Sheffield Wednesday. 7 behind Ipswich. We beat Ipswich, unfortunately. We drew against Forest Green, who were battling relegation, which is not ideal. But in the next episode, well, big games. All away from home as well. So that's the Johnson's Paint Trophy. We'll sim that. We'll play Exeter, Barnsley and Port Vale. Hopefully we can take some points, or 3 points, at Oakwell, at Barnsley. And yeah, we can close the gap to those above us. But guys, that is it for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, pop a like on there before we subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next one.